Hello guys. So in our last lecture, we are already discussed about what is identifier and what are literals and what are different type of literals and identifier we have seen and rules of identifiers, how we can create the identifiers and all. So basically, like identifiers are basically the name of the identifier value. So this is our identifier value and this is our identifier name. So this is identifier and it's also identifier value is also called as a literals. So the rules of creating an identifier, we can have the dollars x and like Amrut and like this we can create, and also like we can we cannot have the literals with a underscore. We can have the underscore also, but we can't have a number in before the we start the literals. So we can't do that one. We can have the caps letter, which is called as snack case and all. So this we saw, and how we can do the different type of comments we have seen, and identify IQ questions also we have seen, like what all the possible ways of creating a valid literals and what are the invalid literals we have. So identifiers we have, so those all the things we have seen. And literals also we have seen, like what are different type of literals we have: string literal, boolean literal, numeric literal, string, null, undefined also we have, and nan also we have. So those are all the things we have seen, and how we can print those things, and how if we are not defining those things it will be undefined, and if we are defining that, then if we are printing with that, so we'll get the output as whatever the initialization we have done, so that we'll get the as a output. And different type of number literals, and what all things we have in number literals. So large number we have, binary we have, float we have. So those are all come as a numeric literals. And also like hexa with the separator, and octal we have, binary we have, big literals we have, special number numeric literals like infinity. And apart from that we have, if we are not having this infinite by infinity, then we have a nan, which is called as a not a number. So those are the things we have, not a number. And in infinity into 0, then it will be nan, not a number. Okay, these are all the things we have discussed. So today chapter is basically about we are discussing about operators. So what are different type of operators, and how we can have the like string operators, and there are multiple confusions also there, those also we can see. And ternary operator we have, and type of operator we have. Those are the things we will discuss today. So before that, like what are data types we have. So as we saw that if we are having the type of or something, if you are using, and if you are printing that, you will get the type of the operator. So type of the like if it is a string literal or number literal or big int, so these are the data type we will get. So these are the different type of data type. Symbol we will not use mostly, like it will not be used much, not used much. Okay, but apart from that we have a string, number literal, and big int, boolean we have, null we have, undefined. And these are the primitive data types. And apart from that we have a array functions we have, like there are different type of primitive data types we have. So these are the primitive data types. Primitive data types are those which cannot be splitted into smaller unit. So these are the smaller part. Only like string we can have the, if we are splitting those things, and character will get, again we can't split the characters. But here we don't have a character, so string it will be a primitive data type. And number, numeric number literal data type we have, big int we have, boolean, undefined, and null, which is a intentional empty value like null. And symbol, it's like a unique identifier symbol and id. So there are some non-primitive data type which is called as a reference type. Those are like array functions and objects we have. So if your string is a collection of characters. Okay, and like we have some declaration, like JavaScript declaration keywords we have: var, let, and constant. So you guys are already seen this in our previous lecture. While initiating any, declaring any like identifier, we are using the, while declaring any identifier we are using the let. Constant also we will use. And different type of like var we are using. Okay, constant we'll use. There are different kind of like declaration we can use. And the difference between var and let and constant, so this var is a of OG, like original, like when JavaScript has started, older version of declaration is var we are using earlier. So after that, like some updation in that one came as a let we are using, and then we are also used a constant where we are not changing the value. So when we want to make a variable initialization that will remain constant, so then we are using the constant. Okay, so the scope of this var is function scope, and let will be a block scope, and constant will be a block scope. This we'll understand later. We just understand like scope of this var, let, and const. And redeclaration we can do here in the var, and we can't do the redeclaration. So if we are having the variable, and if I'm declaring it first as a var browser Chrome, then we can again redeclare it as Edge. And in let we cannot redeclare that one. So if we are declaring it once as a let x is equal to 10, we can't again redeclare it to let x is equal to 20 or something. Okay, so this redeclaration part is not there. So if I can show you, so if I am declaring let x is equal to 10, let x is equal to 20, and then console.log of x, so this will throw an error as x is already declared. Okay, so you are getting this one, right? Like if we are already declared this one, save this and then just comment out above things, run it. So see, so it is telling x is already been declared. So if I comment out this one, okay, save it, then run it, then you will get a 10. So we cannot do the redeclaration, but if you can see, I can do the reassignment. I can do. So see now, the value is 20. So reassignment is possible, but we cannot redeclare the value. So that is what the main reason of doing this one. Okay, hope you guys understood the let and where we can do the redeclaration also we can do, and we can do the also the reassignment also we can do here in case of where. Okay guys, so that is the main difference. And also like a hoisting, so this all we can understand later, like temporarily dead zone, what is the temporarily dead zone, and what is the hoisting we have, and must be initialized before we are utilizing it. Here it is not mandatory, but for constant it is mandatory to declare the value. So if I can say, if I want to constant is x, constant y, and console log, and if I am using y to print it, if I try to print this one, then I will get that missing initializer is a constant declaration. So we are not done the declaration. So if I am doing it 0, so you guys can see the value now 0 is coming. Okay, so this is why the constant should be declared before initialization. And in case of like if I am doing the let, okay, and if I am doing not initializing this one, if I print now, what will be the answer? So it will be undefined. Let me see undefined because it is not initialized. Okay, and hoisting means what? So hoisting I will just show you. So if I'm not hosting, hosting means what? It will come on top and it will be undefined. It will come as top and it will be undefined. But in case of this let, we don't have a hosting. It's a temporarily dead zone. So it will not initialize. It will not do any declaration, or that initialization will not be there. So it will not come on top. So if I'm printing this one now, I can see that cannot access this before initialization. Same thing if I show you for the var condition, if I make it as var, and if I try the same thing now, so it will tell that undefined because the hoisting is what? So it is telling that var is equal to var of y is undefined. So the meaning of this hoisting is it is giving it as a top, and then it is telling that already y is there, you just try make it as undefined. So that is what initialization is not done, only declaration part of that is done. So the whatever the assigned value is undefined for this. So if I print the same thing, I will get again undefined. So this meaning itself is hoisting meaning is it is giving that value on top and it is telling that this value is already present, means this y is already declared but not initialized. So this is the meaning of that. Okay guys, I hope you guys got this answer for this declaration part and how we are doing this hoisting and for var and what is temporary dead zone. Hope you guys understood this one. And this var is a old way, var was the original keyword in JavaScript earlier, and function, this is a function scope, it's a block scope. These all the things like we can understand. And apart from that, declaration, redeclaration is possible, reassignment is possible, and hosted on top of its scope, and initialize value as undefined. So that we have also seen. And let ke liye that hoisting is not initialized, and redeclaration is not possible, reassignment is there, and constant ke liye declaration should, like, it should be initialized. If you are not initializing, it will throw the error. And we have also seen the primitive data types and all. And today we are going to understand the operators. So what are different type of operators we have, and data types we have seen now. And we have a assignment operator. Assignment operator, this is the operator, is equal to, this is the operator. Okay guys, so this is the operator, and this is the operand, one operand we have, and this is our variable. This is the identifier, x is the identifier assigned with the value 10, and this is our assignment operator. Assignment operator. Let is our declaration keyword. Semicolon is a, this is statement terminator. Okay, this we have seen. Let is done, x is done, and assignment operator is done, and this is a statement terminator what we are using. And this is also called as a operator. And we, if we are using this, x is equal to again 10, so it will print as a 10. If we are assigning it to 10, it will print. And also like a advanced assignment operator, like we have a is equal to 5 and a plus is equal to 5. So this plus is a, again this is also a arithmetic operator. Arithmetic operator. Okay guys, this we have seen. And how this a plus is equal to 5. So this is basically nothing but, okay, a is equal to a plus 5. The meaning of this is a is equal to a plus 5, which is 10. Okay, if I remove this and if I print this one, so you can see 10, and this a is assigned to reassigned. So earlier it is 10 and now we are reassigning it to Amrut. Then that data type also change. Now we can also see this data type also. If I can show console dot type of x, same thing if I am printing it here. Now if I save and run it, so you can also see the earlier when we are assigning it to 10, then the type of the data type of this x is number, and we are again printing that value, reassigning and printing that value Amrut. And then if I'm now checking the type of this operator, which is string now. Okay guys, so this is how the type of is also an operator basically, that we'll see in later part also. We can see the more example on this. And we have seen the assignment operator now. Next is the arithmetic operator. As I have already shown that a plus, a minus b, a into b, a divided by b, these are all the arithmetic operators. And also we have a modulus operator, so which is like 13 divided by modulus 7. What is the answer of this one guys? 13 divided by 7 means 13, which will basically give the answer as here 7 ones are, and then whatever the remainder value that will be there, that will come as a, just here only 7 means 13 minus 7, which is equal to 6. So this will be our modulus value. So if I just comment out this one, okay, modulus of A and B is 1, which is for this one. A and B is 1 because we are not for this A and B 9, and remainder will be 1. For this one it will be 6. This is about a modulus operator that we have. Okay guys, and apart from that we also have the into, and this is the exponential operator. If you are giving it as double star, then it will be A into 3 means 10 raised to 3. 10 raised to 3 is 1000. So if I comment out this one, so we can see that 1000. So 10 raised to 3 exponential operator. So double star we are using for that, and also we have a incremental operator and decremental operator. So incremental operator, basically we will see the more example on this, but I'm just from the operator point of view, I'm just explaining like increment and decrement. So A plus plus will basically increase that value post the, this is post increment, this is also post decrement. Okay, so if I comment out this one, what will the values guys? So if I can say A is our incremented to 10. So increment of A is 10 here. The value of INC is increment is 10, but A value now becomes the 11. Value after the increment is, if you are printing that A value, then it will be 11. And decrement here guys, so for decremented value, B post means this is like a decrement of B. So before it will not decrement, so the value will be 3 only, but after the value will get decremented, then B value will be 2. So this is about the incremental and decremental operator guys. Hope you guys understood this one. Now we have a comparison operator, which is basically like we are comparing the value. So there are more assignment values are there, assignment operators are there, which is equal to, double equal to, and triple equal to. Equal to is basically assigning the operator, but double equal and triple equal are basically important, which we need to understand. These are basically like comparing the two values. So like if I can say Domino's pizza is double equal to, Domino's pizza is double equal to Pizza Hut ka pizza. So is this true? Yes, because both are true and both are selling the pizza, and this is a loose comparison. So if I can say Domino's pizza triple equal to Pizza Hut, means what we are doing here, this is a strict comparison. In case of this one, we are doing that false, because taste of both pizza are not same. So we are not only considering the whether it is a pizza or not, as we are doing with a double equals to, where we are doing the loose comparison, and then we are telling it as true because both are selling the pizza, but both pizzas taste are not same. Then in that case we are doing the triple equal to, which is strict comparison, and taste wise we are telling like both are not equal, and it is answer is false. And if I can say more operator like rational operators and all, if we are seeing relation operator, then we are telling like 10 is greater than 5, then it is true, yes 10 is greater than 5, and 10 is less than 5, it is false. And 10 is equal to and greater than 5, yes it is true. 10 is not equal also and not less than 5, then it is false. So in this case, like we have some more like confusion kind of things. Here basically we are comparing number with a string. So if we can say with a loose comparison, phi is equal to string of phi, then loose comparison will tell true. But if I am making it as strict comparison, then it will be false, because here we are not only comparing the values, here we are also comparing with a data type. Earlier with loose comparison we are doing the only value comparison, but with strict comparison, which is triple equals to, then we are also verifying the data type along with the value. So then it will be a false. If I am telling phi is not equal to phi, phi is not equal to phi, then it will be obviously false. Phi is not double equal to phi, then this is a triple equal to basically, then also it is a false only. And if in case of this one, so if I am telling phi is not equal to phi, this is also false, and phi is not equal to, because what is happening here, this is true, because we are doing the loose comparison, this is loose comparison. Instead of this one, you think it as equal to, instead of equal to we are making it as not equal to, means loose comparing with a phi, phi is not equal to phi with loose comparison, this is false. But phi is strictly not equal to phi, because that is string, and here also we are comparing with the data, so then it will be a true, which is correct. Okay, and here we don't have this one, phi is not equal to triple equal to string of phi, we don't have this one, so this will be a not possible, so we are not having this kind of things in the JavaScript. Then we have a logical operator, which is like a, we already seen this AND gate or gate. So if I can take an example, let me just see if we have so this OR gate is basically when both the values are false, then it is false. If any one of the value is true, then we are making it as true. But in case of AND, it is reverse. So if both the values are true, then only we are making it as true. If any one of the value is false, then we are making it as false only. Okay, so this is the like comparison of logical operator. A and B, A value is true, B value is false, then we are considering it as false for the AND operator. And in the case of OR operator, we are making it as true, and not A, means we are making it as reverse of true, which is false. Hope you guys understood this logical operator. And we have these are the confusion operator, what I can say. So rules of this one is, if it is a loose comparison, then data type correction and surprising, and here like surprising, and here we are not comparing the data type, only we are comparing the value. In case of strict comparison, so we are making it as value also and data type comparison also. So console, let us see one by one this one. So if you are comparing null value with a empty string with a 0, is this equal? Yes, it is equal. Let us see. What do you think, guys? This is equal or not? This is not equal. So because we are doing the loose comparison. Okay. So if I can see, if I can tell with a strict comparison, if it is equal to 0 or not. So this is string, this is empty, and this is a number. This is false, guys. Let me just save it. This will become false because we are doing the strict comparison here. What do you think, guys, for this one? What do you think for this one? Is this equal string of 0 is equal to 0? Is this true? Obviously this will be true because 0 is equal to 0. This is true. And what about strict comparison? What about strict comparison, guys? This will be a false because this is string, this is number. Okay, this we have got. Now what about this one, these two? Let us see quickly. For this one, we are doing it as both are false. Both are false here because this value of empty is not equal to value of 0, and also both are string but value is not matching, then it will be both are false only. false is equal to 0 and false triple equal to 0, which is string comparison. So this is false. 0 is considered as a true or false, guys. So in case of true and false, 0 is considered in JavaScript as false only, and here this is in case of string, it is not considered as a false. So if I can say 1 and if I'm printing it, then both are false, and if I'm making it as true, and equal to 1, so it will be true, because 1 is considered in JavaScript as a true and 0 is considered as a false. This you make sure, guys. And we have other two are like, this is same, guys, what we have discussed about true. This is like similar to that, but we are comparing with a 0 and 1 here. Now in this case, you think, guys, what will be the answer for first one? False is equal to 0, again true. This is converted into, in JavaScript it will be considered as a, because we are not comparing the values here, but in case of this one we are comparing the values, then it will be false. Okay, hope you guys understood. Null is equal to undefined. Null is equal to undefined. Is it true, guys? Is it true? Let us see. Null is equal to undefined. This is true, but when we are doing it as comparing with a null triple equal to undefined, which is comparing with a actual value, then it will be a false. Okay, guys, we have seen the strict comparison and loose comparison also, which is most confusing part. We can see the more example on this same, where we are making comparison with a null with a 0. Null and undefined, these are the main like difficult questions, I can say, guys. So null only equal to undefined, and it can be null. Null only can be undefined or null. Apart from that, if you are comparing with loose operation with a 0 or some other value, then it will be considered as a false only. Okay, guys, let us see this one. This is false, and null triple equal to obviously false, and null is equal to or greater than. This you think, guys, what do you think? How it will be true? So if we are telling null greater than 0 is false, okay, and null equal to 0 is false, then how the hell this null greater than or equal to 0 become true? So this is where I can tell that JavaScript is a crazy language. This is why the JavaScript is called as crazy language, guys. So think like it is telling null is equal to 0, then it will be a false. Okay, null is equal to 0, then we are telling it as also false, but null greater than or equal to, we are telling it as true. Why? So basically there is a reason, guys. So if we are telling null is greater than 0 for the rational operators, if we are telling it as null is greater than equal to greater than 0, then the whatever 0 value it is there, it is obviously taken as 0. Okay, guys. So with rational operator like greater than or like this, less than or greater than equal to, less than equal to, with these all the operators, the value of 0 is considered as a, the value of 0 is taken as a null. Null is also taken as a 0, guys. Here with rational we are considering null as a 0. Okay, so you think now if 0 is greater than 0, no, then it will be a false. Okay, guys, but in case of this one, if you are telling it as, null means null only. In case of only, I am not telling like rational, like if I am greater than or equal to it is coming, then null will be considered as 0. So in case of equal to or triple equal to, null will be considered as a null only. So null is equal to 0. Is this true? No, we already told ki null can be only undefined or null cannot be equal to 0. So in this case null equal to 0 is false. But what about this null is greater than or equal to 0, guys? So what will happen in this case, I'll tell you. Greater than or equal to 0, here basically it is telling you like there are two conditions are happening parallelly. Okay, so first it will tell null greater than 0. Yes, in this case what it is happening, null greater than equal to 0, null greater than 0, it is considering it as a 0 greater than 0, but in between its sign is coming as equal to also, because this greater than or equal to or less than or equal to, it is converting that null as a 0, considering null as a 0, and now actually 0 equal to 0 is true. So this is why this condition works. So this is crazy, guys. That is why I told that JavaScript is a crazy language and funny language. So it breaks its own rules. Okay, guys. So try to understand this one. This will just keep in your mind for the interview purpose, and nothing, nowhere it will be asked. Okay. So just remember it. Null equal to 0, false. Null greater than or less than 0, false. But null is greater than or equal to greater than or equal to or less than equal to 0, then it will be a true. Remember this, guys. Okay, and then we have seen this also. This is also obviously false. Nothing is true in this one. Both the case it will be false. And here we have a false is equal to 0. This one we have already seen the previous example. This is what will happen for this one. This will be true, guys. In case of this one it will be false. So same for this, true and false for this, true, and this for this, false. Okay, guys, just understand this one. And we have our questions like this. So this also we have seen how we can like phi is equal to string phi, which is true. Strict equals, it will be a false. Not equal to, this will be a true, this will be a false. Okay, and then we have a string operators, basically like s, let s is equal to high, and then comma, then we are putting some space, and if we are making a type of this one, it will be a string, and then we are making s plus is equal to dev. This will be basically s is equal to s plus dev, guys. Okay, so once we are adding that value, then this value will be hello hi dev, and the type of this one s will be string type. So we have this string operator also, where we are adding the two strings with comma separated or anything. If you are printing this whole thing also, it will get printed, no issue in that. Okay, whatever you are printing, adding inside this string, so as it is, that will get printed. High 2 3 4 5, comma will not be added, just we are adding that one. And if you want to add the comma as well, then we need to add this like this. Okay, guys, so if you are writing this one and printing this, you will get the comma also here. Okay, this is the example of string operator, guys. Then we have a ternary operator, which is basically having the if and else condition kind of thing. Ternary operator is nothing but if or else. If condition success, then we'll execute that if condition. If condition is not success, then we'll execute the else condition. So basically, if we can take this example of let age is equal to 20, is Amrut will go to the Goa? Yes, Amrut age is 20, and which is greater than 18. Yes, he will be able to go to Goa. Okay, so this answer is I am eligible to go to Goa. Okay, if I print this one, let me just save it. Yes, he will go to Goa because my age is greater than 18. Now, marks. Let us take one more example. Marks is equal to 50, and if this marks is greater than 40 or not. If it is greater than 40, then he is passed, and if it is 40, then he is failed. He is not. He was failed. He has failed. Okay. Let me save it. He was failed. Okay. So this is basically a condition. If it's success, then value of, if true, then will be a value of this one. If it is false, then will be value of false. Simple guys. Simple ternary operator we have here. Then some interview level questions. So this is actually like a one of a API like code also we will write similar to this one. Actual status code is 200, expected status code is 200. So test result of actual status code is equal to triple equal to means strict condition equal to expected status. Yes, then it will be a test is passed. Okay, test is passed. Test is passed here. So if I tell, if it is not, if it is a string and if it is a value, actual status is 200 and expected is we are expecting as a string, then it will tell that no, test is failed. So here we are using a strict condition comparison. Then it is comparing numeric value with a string literal. Then it will throw with a error that test is failed. Okay guys, hope you understood this one. Let us take one more example. Let environment is staging and we are telling base URL environment is equal to prod. Is it prod? If it is prod, then this will get printed. If it is not prod, then the staging URL will get printed. Let us see. So it is staging URL, then staging URL will get printed. Next interview question. So if we are having a headless, if it is true, if it is a CI/CD, then browser mode will be, if it is CI/CD is true, then it will be headless. If it is false, then it will be headed mode. What will happen guys? This is a headless mode because condition is true, then we are making it as headless. This is template literal guys, so no need to worry about this one. This is not that much complex or something. This is a template literal where we are just using it for putting the values, just using it as for putting the values. It is very simple to write. Basically, if I can say like console, so without console I'll just tell that we need to use this one and then dollar flower bracket. So inside that, if you are writing anything, that will be considered as a template literal. Easy guys. So let us see this one. Response time is 800 and SLA, which is service level agreement, what we have as a 1000 millisecond. What about the response? If the response time is less than or equal to SLA, then within a SLA, or if not, then SLA is breached. So we are telling response time in millisecond is SLA status is, what is the SLA status? If it is a breached or within a SLA, it is a within a SLA. Then we are printing it as response time of 850 millisecond is within SLA and its SLA is of 1000. This is a template literal guys. We just need to use this symbol and then after that dollars and then flower bracket. Next interview question. So this is also same. Condition is sk mail condition. It is true, then it will be a true. If not, then it will be a false. Condition is not defined. Why? Now it is defined. It's true. Okay. Then we have a nested ternary operator. So basically nested ternary operator is nested if else loop, like that you can consider. Okay guys. So here just see this one. So age is 26, and consider if age is greater than 18, then he can go to the Goa, else not. This is one condition, he will go to Goa. But what if his age is 20 great, if his age is greater than 26, then only he is allowed to drink. Yes, he allowed to drink. If not, else no, he is not allowed. Okay, he is allowed to drink if the age is greater than 26, he is allowed to drink, else not. Now see, now the condition is, let is Amrut enjoy. If his age is greater than 18, then yes, he can enjoy, else he can't enjoy. Okay, now my age is greater than 18, then I can, it is true. So in this case, I'll just mention one more condition. This one I'll take and I'll add it here. So I'll tell now, if age is greater than 18, then he can enjoy. But in this we have one case, that enjoyment with drink or not. His age is greater than 26, no. Amrut age is not greater than 26, then he can't drink, no. Not he will enjoy but without drinking. Okay guys, not defined. Okay, he will not drink, but enjoy. Here drink and enjoy. He will not drink and but enjoys. Okay, so this is about a nested ternary, and we can see some more example of nested ternary. So status code is 400. So in this case, we'll condition status code is less than 4. So this is actually one of the API automation code, guys. So status code is equal to 404. Then status code, if it is greater than 300, no, it is not success. Then it will come to the status code. It will check the, if it is less than 400, no, it's not redirection. Again it will come. It will check here. 404 is less than 500. Yes. Then it will be a client error. It is not the server error. So this is also again a template literal, guys. What we are using, status code. This status code is 404, and the category will fall as a client error category. Let me just clear it. It is not saved, I guess. Status code is 404 and it's a client error, guys. Okay, so between that, if you are adding this semicolon or something, so this will also get added here. Okay, so now we have one more, which is this one. Temperature is 35. How you will feel? Temperature is greater than 40, no, not very hot. Temperature is greater than 30, yes. So this will be the condition. Now it will be true. Okay, here it will get true and it will print it as a hot here. Okay, let me just clear it. Temperature is 35 and feeling hot. Okay, and one more, we have a type of here, which is like a type of operator, as we already discussed. It will decide which type of the literal we have here. So is it a hello is a string or number or anything? So that we are going to see. So what is the type of undefined and true, guys? True is a boolean. What will be the undefined type? This we have already discussed. Undefined type is a object. Okay, let us see. Let me save it. First one is string. This is a number. This will not, we will not have any float, as I already discussed. Float and all we don't have. Again, this will be a number only. Okay, and then we have a boolean type. Okay, then we have boolean type, and for undefined, sorry guys, undefined ke liye it will be a undefined only, but type of null it will be a object, and empty array is also object only. So this is about today's class, guys. So we have discussed about different type of operator, and how we are going to declare with a var, let and constant, and what is the function type and hosted, those all the things we have seen, which for which we can redeclare, which for which we cannot redeclare, those also we have seen. And we have seen the data types, primitive data types and non-primitive data type, reference type, and different arithmetic operations we have seen. So this is about today's class, guys. And in bitwise operator also we have, which you are not using it. So this is like a bitwise operator. So if you want more information on this, so you can go to this rapid tables page and you can see this type, go through this one. But we are not using the bitwise operator. And in data types, in this one we have a primitive and non-primitive. In primitive we have a numeric and non-numeric types. Numeric may we have number and big int, and non-numeric we have string, boolean, null, undefined and symbol. And non-primitive we have a objective, object and array, function, date object and regular expressions we have. So these are about different operators we have seen today. And in next lecture we will see the increment and decrement operators, more on these examples and all we will see in later part. Till there, guys, take care and keep learning, and do subscribe, guys, and like, do share and like, subscribe, guys. This will motivate us to like do the more videos on this. Okay, thank you, guys, keep learning, bye bye.